Welcome back to In Search of Tontonteac. In the last episode, we looked at some maps of the region. Today, we are going to look at even more maps. The maps in this series are a little more obscure maps that depict the region between 1500 to 1600. By the 1700s, the maps no longer show the former region as it does within this era. Also, for a short spell, many of the maps depict California as an island. The first map is a 1572 map by Tomaso Porcacchi called Mondo Nuovo. The map depicts potentially the Colorado River as Tiguas River. It also shows another river flowing northeast. Once again, Tontonteac is placed between two rivers, Churcho further down the eastern river. Granada seems to be much further east than in some of the previous maps. Please take note of the rivers still depicted in a similar fashion as other maps. The second map is from 1592 from Giovanni Antonio Magoni. Though this map is lacking city placement, it clearly shows the riverways. Here the name Tontonteac is predominantly placed just south of mountains. Marata reappears on this map south of the river heading east. The third map is from 1596 by Theodore De Bry. This one really depicts the waterways. In this map, we have Tontonteac near the Gulf, Churcha heading west from the split of the waterways. This also shows Granada much closer to the Gulf than in first map. Savola sits south of Granada and Marata south of Savola. This early map also shows Higu further east, with an entire region called Axa to the north. The fourth map is from 1597 by Cornelius Van Wyfflict. This map depicts the region as Granata. Tontonteac, Axa, Churchu, Granata, and Savola are all in their traditional locations. Marata again is depicted off of a separate waterway. The fifth map is from 1600s by Giovanni Botero. Once again, notice the waterway splits. This one depicts Tontonteac near the Gulf Coast and Savola, just east of Tontonteac. The region of Marata seems to be east of Savola. The final map is that of the current waterways or rivers in Arizona. This map depicts the rivers of the Southwest. This river splitting is something that is depicted in almost every map of this time. The Spanish were a great naval culture, and because of this, we see a very similar system of rivers as depicted on these earlier maps. Of course, it is not exact, but it is very similar. Also, please note that a lot of infrastructure has been developed over the years. So many dams have been erected, and a great deal of the Colorado River has been depleted through human occupation. Take notice that Las Vegas is near this waterway split. Could that be Tontonteac, or maybe Axa? Tontonteac was depicted on many maps much lower along the Colorado River, closer to the Gila River split off. As mentioned in an earlier episode, this is currently Yuma farmland. It is also where Father Kino depicted St. Dionysius. Phoenix sits along the Gila, and just south of it is Casa Grande, similar to how Savola was depicted south of Granada. Of course, this is merely speculation, and I am just attempting to make sense of these maps from the 1500s. But I believe that it is apparent that these cities of Tontonteac, Savola, Granada, and Churchu were in the Arizona region, and not in New Mexico. The city of Axa was either in the northern part of Arizona, or it was in Utah or Nevada. But let's keep digging and see if we can find out even more about these places. On the next episode of In Search of Tontonteac, we will be looking at Spanish artifacts found with the Arizona region. We already discussed Dr. Denny Seymour's groundbreaking finds, but we will dig deeper into other archaeological artifacts found around the region.